to our channel, and it's good to have you. All right, today's discussion comes in form of a question. The topic of today's discussion comes in form of a question, and it is waiting for a big audience. Yeah. In other words, are you still waiting for a big audience? Some people are of the school of thought, some people are of the opinion, some people have this paradigm or this philosophy which they run with, that it is not ideal for them to give their best performances, as the case may be, until they appear before a big audience or a large crowd. And I must acknowledge that it is good for us to anticipate big crowd, big platforms and all that. However, before the big platform or the big audience comes, it is important for us to do that which is right, even in our small audience. Just because your audience is small should not make your performance small as well. As a matter of fact, that in itself is a deception. Do not let your crowd, your audience, to determine your performance. Every opportunity that comes your way, use it judiciously, use it maximally, as if there will be no other one to come. All right, something happened a couple of years ago. I happened to join the workforce of a particular local church, and precisely the choir department. And I was also privileged to be assigned some responsibilities, singing responsibilities, especially during the midweek service. And whenever that assignment comes on me, I will just do my thing the way I am being led to do it. I never knew that the senior pastor was noticing me. Now we all know that many times in most churches that I have seen so far, weekly activities do not really attract so many people. Like the large crowd is not always seen during weekly activity until on Sundays. So I was just doing my thing, not even considering the size of the audience. And so the senior pastor now called the music director, and he was like, this guy has something in him, and I want him to be included among the functionaries in the choir that will minister on Sundays. And that was it. I wasn't there. And that was how, by God's grace, I joined the big boys. Now, the issue here is not joining the big boys per se. The main issue is that if I had allowed the size of the crowd to determine my performance or my performances, as the case may be, then I wouldn't have been able to get such referrals or such lofty platforms, as the case may be. But to God be the glory, I judiciously, by God's grace, used the opportunity, and the opportunity gave rise to bigger opportunities. Now, I want to say this: do not despise small crowd, because in small crowds may lie big referrals. So don't fall into that deception of, oh, the crowd is small, let me not do my best. No, that is a deception. Break yourself loose from such kind of deception, and you will see what the Lord is going to do with you in no distant time, as long as you are faithful in that little thing which you are doing. All right, I'm going to quote two scriptures, and I'm trusting the Lord that He's going to make these scriptures to become light indeed to us, respectively. In the book of Zechariah chapter 4 verse 10, Zechariah 4 verse 10, there is a question: for who hath despised the day of small things? If others are despising the day of your small things, and you join them in despising your small things, it means you don't want the big things to eventually come your way. All right, and I'll wrap up with this. Job chapter 8 verse 7. Job 8 verse 7. For though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end should greatly increase. Are you currently ministering or performing before a small crowd? It is expected. However, if you continue in diligence to do that which you know how to do best, in no distant time, it will be noised abroad and you'll be standing before a big audience, or the big audience which you envisage, by the grace of God and to the glory of God. All right, we'll be drawing the curtain here today. Until my next post,